Need to be made a presenter in to share the screen. Yeah, I was before, but for some reason I'm not anymore. It's all right, I can do it. Yeah, maybe leave that with Julia there. Thank you. Still, it's not working. Nope, not working. It says I can share because I'm not a presenter. Yeah. It's in this computer. Yeah, it was working before. I'm not sure why now it stopped. Yeah. Do you think it works well? Okay, good. Yeah, okay. So while we work on the on getting that share to people that are online, is the sound okay? Like we're testing with this microphone, so if you can hear me properly, that's a bit. So these are some of the stats pages that we've looked at through between today and yesterday. Uh, these are four of them. There are more, but I decided to show you just this because it might be too much. The first three ones are the main ones that you will want to access throughout this day and tomorrow. First one is the article stats. So through that you can access statistics on the actual articles themselves. So like number of pages, number of treatments, where it is published, who are the authors, what are their affiliations. Whereas for the treatment statistics, you're looking more into the actual taxonomy. So you want to know what's the kingdom of the treatment, what's the family, how many materials are there, where the material was collected. So you go into the second one, which is treatment stats. And for tables, you go, all of them have the same link pretty much. It's just those three letters that are highlighted that change. So it's easy to just type in a new link. And for table stats, we saw that earlier today, okay? Let me see if I can share it now. Hold on. No. Uh, just wait a little bit to see if they can. For those at home that can see, if you can access https and then tv.plazi.org/ggserver./diostats. You want me to rejoin? Vou olhar. Yeah, just yeah. Yeah, it should be working now. Cool. Thank you. So now everyone can see it. I'll just reshare this for a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So what do I want to show you now? After what we saw this morning. So this is a different article. You don't have this. It's just to showcase something. As you can see, this particular publication is a bit older, right? It looks older. This is a scanned document. So it has, the text is clearly like from not born digital. There's the trickiest part of dealing with scanned publications is how well the OCR, the text recognition, works with them. There's a lot of potential mistakes that can happen. If you ever try to open it in Adobe, or like any of these PDFs, and try to use the OCR on that, you will have found errors when copying over text, right? Pretty much the same thing happened here. This is a really good scan, so there's a lesser chance of wrong readings. But when a scan document is opened in Golden Gate, you see this scroll bar right above the display, within the display control, right beneath the word flow. This you can scroll to the side, so it will detach the mask that is on top of the text of the PDF, which is the IMF. It will detach from the text so that you can edit it. So please remember, we have the PDF. It's all behind that. It's being kept as it is. And on top of that, we have what we work with, what we use to annotate, which is basically the text and images that have been decoded from that PDF. Okay, so they are coexisting at the same time. Now, what I basically did, and I'll pull it all the way to the side here, I'm making them coexist at the same time, and I can see both of them. So it's a bit hard to see from distance, but you can see the same word repeated again. It's just because I'm making the mask, which is the IMF, detached from the PDF text, okay? What I can do this way is fix the text if it's wrongly interpreted. So what we have here are three different things. The first row is the actual text as it is in the PDF. The second one is the interpretation, and the third one is actually what's been printed when you copy the text over. So looking at this, it's mostly good.
No, we can see mistakes.
Mostly, yeah, there's mostly good. There's one exception. So off and material are not as they should be. So I created a space where it wasn't before. Can you spot anything else?
On that
No,
line.
not on that line, no. So that's done. I fixed a line. Let's see something else. So comprises 5 species. Yes, seems all good. Is redescribed with bases on the top of title. So for the most part, this one tends to be good. Here we have an abstract in Portuguese, so there is a tendency of having more problems there as well.
I think I have corrected that.
Here. Yeah, you probably have, but anyway. So this is where you would find more errors, but you can fix that. You could have done that beforehand on OCR correcting platforms such as ABBYY or ABBY has. I'm not sure how you pronounce here here in India, and then you import into Golden Gate. This can be done at any beforehand. But anyway, this is just to showcase that scanned documents can have an extra manual layer to it, but it is what it is. It's hard to.
Yeah, this the important thing to say. There are two important things to say here. The first one is that when we are talking about scanned documents, scanned publications, we don't have the option of template. Not just if we have done the OCR correction before.
Well,
we can correct the OCR and then create a template as you did for
yeah,
a
you
book.
can have a template, but
Yeah.
it doesn't work as well as a born digital document because boldface italics are not really easily interpreted by any software from scanned documents.
So
Okay.
this is one thing. The other thing is that even for good scan, very nice and new publications like that, we have problems in the text. So again, even if we decide that we will correct all the OCR just inside the treatment because it's a long publication and what would matters more is the treatment, it can be a long, long way to go because maybe you must rewrite the entire thing, the entire treatment or the entire publication. So it's just a showcase, as Felipe said, but just for you to have in mind, to keep in mind that it's very nice and it's completely possible to liberate data from old documents that are really important for science, especially the ones that we have no access because they are in libraries, not or even in BLR, BHL or something like that. But we need time and human resources. So in the project I am doing right now, we like estimated one time to do it and we double the time because we are dealing with Sistema Nature, new publication. So it's a lot of things. And another thing is when you are scanning, okay, I have this book in the Bible in my shelf and I need to extract this data. If you are doing the scanning process or if you're dealing with somebody that will do it for you, like increase the contrast. The contrast is much more efficient to a good OCR than any other thing. So these are good tips. But since we are talking about possibilities of new projects, you have to consider the possibility of having scanned documents processed, but you must realize that logistically speaking, it's completely different than the others.
Okay. Yeah. No, I just want to use this document as well to show something. Images within Golden Gate will look a bit bad sometimes because that's meant to not be too heavy on our PC. So this one is actually not that bad. If you copy the image, you can do that by right-clicking it and like copying the image and pasting it somewhere else. It will look as it should. This one is a black and white image, but I also did. I got this other example. So these spiders that we've worked with in the morning. If you copy the image and paste it elsewhere, it's in color. It's the proper quality of the image. It's just for show that to showcase that in Golden Gate it will look worse, but that doesn't mean the photo is bad. Okay, it's just otherwise it would be too heavy on the PC. Okay. Yes, exactly what is published there. And that's where, yeah, the only place you will see the image like this is within the software, like yeah, the original image, yes. That's what's stored in Zenodo. That's what's stored, that comes from the PDF. That's exactly it. But it's just easier to show it as black and white image with less resolution. Okay. So yeah, in terms of scanned documents, do you want, that's all, right? Okay. One thing I just want to show, again, you won't be doing templates here, but I want to show you how a template works. I'll open one right now. This is for the European Journal of Taxonomy. You don't need to remember how that's done. Again, you're not going to be doing that. So this is the template creation screen. That's what I'm faced when I'm creating a new template. In this, I create anchors, so I can tell the software what sort of targets to look for to know that that template should be assigned to that particular document. So why doesn't the software pick the template for Pecamia when I'm working with a European Journal of Taxonomy paper? Because I told it so that there will be this bit of information, which is the name of the journal, within that area that you can see in the green box, okay? It will be looking for that information. Otherwise, it would be looking for something else. So I purposely told it, like, according to a set of parameters, what to look for. And sometimes I need to specify out, this is for a given year. So I tell it also, I create another anchor, it's just for the year 2018 or something like that. Okay. I can tell everything from where to look for, where's the metadata. I know that the DOI is always found on that corner of the publications for this journal. They follow a pattern. I can make a regular expression to that. So I tell the software all of this beforehand, and some values are fixed. So for this journal, I know that the ISSN is this value, so it just knows, and it will immediately mint into all the European Journal of Taxonomy uploads. Same goes for the journal name. But then title. How do I distinguish the title from the rest? In EJT, it's a bit easier. The title is big. It has so big fonts. It's in boldface. It's different from all the other text in that page. It will easily match the text accordingly. And again, the trouble usually is the author name, but we don't need to get into that. Okay, and also I can pinpoint what are the headings of the text. So here I'm telling it to, using these parameters, font size, the fact that text needs to be completely bold, to find where the introduction is, the materials and methods heading is, and so on and so on and so on. And the same is true for all where the treatment starts. And that's one question that we had yesterday, is like, how do we know where the treatment starts, and how does the software know? I basically tell it that, look, family followed by a word in italics and boldface is probably a heading. So just assign a heading to that. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to show.
I don't know if you understood what the difference of template from individual extraction. The thing is not just that with template we have all the extraction done by the computer, and then we just have to go for quality control, but also that we have a bunch of extraction done at the same time. Did you understand that? Yes or no? Yeah, like Felipe has received from Donut the last, I don't know, 5 numbers of zootaxa. And then he just have that folder and then upload in GGI, and then GGI will process all the data. And then it will be there on treatment bank. And if there is no problem, no blocker, they will already go to Zenodo and GBIF. And for specific journals, such as zootaxa, because we have a lot of treatments in almost all the papers, we have specific time in our office to quality control. Then we fix everything and they go to Zenodo and GB. But we have more than 200 templates right now. So all these journals we download once in a while, and all the numbers, like 20, 50 papers, go to GGI and then go to the repositories, and we don't quality control. If they are stuck in Golden Gate, they are just in treatment bank. If they are not, they go to the other repositories. So the thing with the template is not that we don't need to go step by step, but we choose the ones we want, the journals we want, And then we have a bunch of papers, and all that is going for one time for the repositories. So this is how we have the numbers we have, because we have templates, and then we have the entire, many papers being processed at the same time. So I realized that this difference in numbers was not clear for you, but I hope it is right now. So because of that, we always plan with everybody that's doing a project with us. Oh yeah, do you want to have? We want to have all the material from my university on the repositories. Okay, what's the main journals we work with? You publish in your university. Oh, these and those. If we don't have templates, we do, and then we extract like this, a massive fraction. So this is the advanced. Now,
Yeah, so this is just to show what I need to do just to run a batch command line. So the moment I do this, and I already know where my directory is. Of course, this is the wrong directory, but I do that at home, so it's different. But I just type that in. I tell it to run, and then it will process, do exactly what we did yesterday and today for how many PDFs I have within that particular directory. So that's what the batch process does. It depends on the template pre-existing. Okay. Julia, do you want to?
now we are planning to start the demonstration, the hands-on on the repositories use. Queries using treatment bank. It's okay for you? So the thing will be just as we did for the GGI, we will do now for treatment bank. We will show the screen there. Felipe will lead you, guide you through this. And then after that, after Felipe guiding you, then we have a time for you to like make the queries. And I think it's just a tip that could be good for you to have in mind what you will be presenting to us tomorrow. So you can have some queries today to show the results tomorrow or something like that. It can be a time for this. And then we will have until like half an hour to do it, a little bit more. Then we will finish with showing you the dashboard that we did for India, and then you can see a little bit of the result of these queries in practice. Okay?
Okay. So so here's what we're going to do. Please access this address. So that's tb.plazi.org/ggserver/diostats. It's one of the links that I showed you earlier. Give you a minute to do so. And then what we'll search through some articles within treatment bank. Okay. All good so far? Please raise your hand if that's not clear. Okay. So we're here. What I'm going to ask you to do is to turn on a few fields before we start typing in anything. So ARCO UUID is the first one. Then journal publisher and year of publication. And then I want you to turn within author data. Here you need to pop open the menu, affiliation. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. Sorry, document title as well. Yeah. Once you've done all that, like 5 clicks, we'll scroll down. We'll change the operation for each of the fields that we want. So you see now, here is the operation. All of them says count distinct values, sum of values, count distinct values. We want all of them to show individual values. We won't see every one of them verbatim, everything. So you need to change it one by one. What I normally do, I start from the bottom and go up, which is much faster. So just click, 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 and click. So you quickly have all of them that show individual value. And then let's For testing purposes, let's add a maximum number of rows, so 100. You can add more if you so wish to, but please don't do too much. And what I'm going to do right now is I want to see the first 100 results for articles with authors affiliated with institutions in India. So what I'm going to do, I know that within the affiliation verbatim, there will be the word India written somewhere. So I'm going to add open quote, parenthesis, India, parenthesis, and close quote. What this means is that it's going to look for all the affiliations that have an X amount of text, India written in it, followed by an X amount of text. So all of the mentions of India within the affiliation fields will be filtered in this search. After we are done, we can click Get Statistics. I'm going to wait a little bit, even though the results are already showing. So, okay, now what we have hopefully 100 or more, depending on how much or less, if you put in different maximum number of rows than I did. Results for in alphabetical order for affiliation, researchers affiliated with India, like articles with researchers affiliated with Indian institutions. And I can go through their published articles and try to figure out what's going on with these articles. And I can explore them. For instance, I can open this one, let's say the first one. So it's clearly something about India, okay? I can explore it from there. I can see the treatments. I'm just clicking to quickly show what's going on, but I'll go back to the search page. And then you can freely explore all of this research done by Indian fellows, okay? You can expand that. I want to do more. I want to learn more about that. I want to know what are the orchids of these authors. So I add another field. I scroll up, select another field, like orchids, and then I add it, show individual values, and then I click Get Statistics again. Not all papers will have the information, but at least I found one, so I can look at for the orchid of this person. So I found this researcher. So yeah, there is an orchid in this particular paper, that this author part of that article. Okay, so this is to quickly showcase how the stats work. I want you guys to go around the page and try to see fields that are of interest to you, areas that you want to explore, be it the number of articles produced in a specific institution of India or from a specific journal. So please go around. We'll come to you and we'll try to help you out. Does that sound good? Should I go there? Yeah. Okay. We for species, for treatments, you need to use the other one. I'll show you in a bit how to do so in the other one. What do you find? Oh, so we're missing the percentage before India. So where you wrote affiliation, India. Yeah. So after the quote, before the word India, we need to add percentage. The so that's the difference, and then you may then it will pop up. Not approving it. Oh, so like so that will be, otherwise it will be less. The reason for the percentage be because if you just say India, it will only look for strings that are exactly India, and that's not never going to happen because it's taken a while to update because the search we did before was too massive. Okay, so bear with it a little longer. Okay, but you need to include the possibility of the text having much more around it. Because if you only look for India, it will only look for the word India, and that doesn't exist. The affiliation includes everything. Okay, is that clear? Yeah, it might come up. Maybe you have to refresh the tab and do it again. That's why I asked to do maximum rows around 100 to avoid uh, this blowouts. But that's all right. Don't worry. It's not creating any problems. So you said you want to do treatment like the speaking, right? Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that want to, instead of have a look at the article statistics, if you want to go ahead and do species, you need to go to the other stats page, which is SRS stats. So it's the same link that you had before, but go to SRS. And here you have the fields for the treatments themselves, and that includes taxon species, taxon genus. You can look for collecting places, locations, collecting countries. I'll do a quick one here. So there are apparently 16,000 treatments from with India as one of the materials cited within this treatment. Okay, doesn't mean they are endemic to India, but they have India as part of their collection, their collecting localities. Did you get it? The other page? So did it finally? No. So you probably need to refresh it. Probably stuck. So just yeah, tell it to stop and then yeah, reload it. Just restart again. Yeah, article ready. Document title. Yeah, that's fine. That's already all good. And then author data. No, author data. Then affiliation. And you go down. Okay. Maximum row 100. Then in affiliation, open quote, parenthesis. Not parenthesis. Sorry, percentage. Below India. And percentage again. And now before you click, just change everything to show individual values. The easiest way to do in the laptop is just do that. You click, then you click on the other one. Then you just click and X because it goes. Then scroll down a little bit. Well, it show up on a bit, but again, internet. But now that's it. It should show up eventually. Let's hope the internet helps. All good. Yeah, it's just yeah. Yeah. It's taking so long. Because you see, it was quite fast for me. Maybe because a lot of people are doing that at the same time. Because the server can get overwhelmed sometimes. You're able to open the page right now, all good. So like, because this page was not working. Uh, yeah, but, no, yeah, because this page we couldn't get it to open yesterday. And, okay, so but we still can do it in our computer, so that's we're trying to figure it out. But okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because quotes. Remember, you need to include the possibility of having much more text around. So it's quotes, percentage, India, percentage, quotes. That's what you do? Unless the quotes that you have on your keyboard are the other type of quotes. Can I? Right. Let's over the Can I? Oh, that's loose. Let's restart. Maybe it's stuck. No, I think what's happening is that server is probably overloaded by everyone doing their searches. So yeah, I think that's what's happening. Okay. So yeah, I think you were doing it right. It's just it got stuck because of the many requests. Okay. Guys, there might be some slow speeds perceived by you because of the amount of requests that we are doing at the same time. So the server can get overloaded sometimes depending on the searches we do. So all the more reason to include the maximum number of rows. Maybe even go even lower than 100, maybe do 50, because otherwise if you leave it unlimited, it will go boom and then just overload the server, okay? Yeah, so the guys that were having similar problems that were slow because, and it was clearly because the server was overloaded. So that's what happens. Sometimes we do some requests, and we've done that before. That completely screw up the server. Like, then it takes a couple of minutes to go back to a workable server. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry about that. Like, oh, sorry. Yeah, you can. Yeah, yeah. So you just add a space after English, and then you do the same thing for another country. Yeah, so that there is, oh, you can, in affiliation, yeah, as long as it's mentioned in the affiliation, yeah, then there's two things that you need to hope for in this situation, that the authors added the details, and the other thing is that we managed to extract the information. Again, a lot of papers don't have the affiliation minted in them yet. That's one of the things that it's helpful that the community can help, because we only added means to add affiliation in 2022. So new publications from there tend to have more affiliation, but still, depends. Not all publications have their affiliation. But it's still one means to get that. So if it has both, it will show only one result. But it's grabbing either one and or the other. How's it going? Yeah, yeah, that's one thing, right? So you're looking for, well, yeah, probably this time, if you click on statistics now, the server might be overloaded. So yeah, as I was saying that, but otherwise I got it. So I got a list of papers, but I put the document. Yeah, that's perfect. That's exactly what. Yeah, no, that's exactly what you should look like. And if, one question that was asked of me, if you want to add more alternatives, you can just space and then you type in the next keyword that you want. So I'll do that in the screen right now. So one other thing we can do is add alternatives. So if you just press type in space, you can add more values to it. So here what I did, I was looking for India and Brazil. So I get all the results for India and Brazil. It's just a space and there's another one, okay? So I can do France as well. So now I have the number of treatments from Brazil, from France, and from India, okay? Uh, does anyone want me to give a go and search for any specific thing? I can do it here to showcase to everyone. You can call me and we can discuss that. Da menina entrou também. Alguma credencial. Não, deve entrar. Eu não sei, mas o meu décimo é. Não, e o próprio Tevez, o Verlucci. Mas isso acontece, né? Sabe por quê? Eu falei do Máximo, porque a Carol fez uma vez o Tevez do Verlucci, ela fez uma pesquisa muito. Só que daquela dúvida ainda não tinha criado nenhuma barreira, entendeu? Vai mostrando. Any further help, guys? I hope that, is it still stuck? Oh, oh. So did you refresh the page? Yeah. So now it's working. Just because, yeah. But even in our office, sometimes people say, this is not working. Okay, so let me have a look remotely. I open the page, but it's working. I don't want to work 1 minute ago. The magic touch. But sometimes what happens is that, yeah, no, but what happens sometimes is that if I go there and do a mistake and do research that is too inclusive, that tries to grab everything, it overloads the server and everyone else gets affected by that. So the server has a limited capacity. But usually, like within 2 minutes, it refreshes, so it stops doing that. But once we had a huge problem, one of our colleagues did this massive blunder. For a whole day, we couldn't do anything. Yeah, yeah, it's quite powerful in terms of like how much you can search, but it can be overwhelming. Yeah, yeah. But we are aware that it can be too much sometimes. But if you do it with calm and ease, then you can get it. But some people get so nervous. Oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I supposed to do? So, guys, if I can have your attention, please. Not sure if you've noticed, but beneath this viewed areas that you have here, there's a couple of extra buttons. So you can export all of these searches that you do to either HTML, CSV, TSV, Excel, JSON, and XML. So if I click here, get the statistics in HTML, it's just the same thing, but this is a static link. I can just copy the link over and send to someone, and that, look, that's the search I made. Use that. Or if so, I could just download the CSV as well. So now it's saving a CSV. Let's call it data test. Now I have a CSV of that search. There you go. You can use it elsewhere. Okay? Yeah. Okay. One thing that I haven't properly shown you is that there is one shortcut to some of these searches through our API. Okay. So if you go to api.plazi.org, there are some made searches that we've made. So, for instance, I can come here and find all the described species by donut are present. So I just click send request, the search is done, and then I get the results. That's the number of documents of species he described in. I can do it for other authors. I can go back in the, say, geota.j, so to find Julia's own research. So those are, it's a simple search, but this can be done via the API. You see there's more there. What else do we have here? So we have described species, species with specimen with genes. So here's an example. So these are some accession numbers for this taxa. You can just change the taxon in the quick field search there and get them. So like these links are all clickable as well.
You see that? This is very good, and it's also good for you to try and start understanding not the treatment bank itself, but the answers, because we have the questions there. The programmer did click all the boxes, choose the boxes, we have the questions there, and then the program has clicked the boxes for us. And then you can just change the name of the researcher, change the name of the species, and it's all there.
Yeah.
Oh, Julie, I don't know if I use quote, percentage, it's done.
And you can come to the overview
easy.
and learn about it. What is the API? How does it work? So yeah, you can. The page is yours to figure out how to use that. But yeah. So
again, the treatment bank with all that options is very good, because did you see in the morning, Professor Gitanjali, she had one question, a different one, and we could answer with all the options we have. And the article stats, treatment stats, table stats. But if you don't have all the knowledge and you are feeling like uncertain about what to choose, the API is very, very nice. We discussed it, and we created the basic and most common questions that arise in when we are trying to find data to reuse. So they are there. Esqueci, deixa eu mostrar aquela coisinha ali. Já funcionando. Nada. Uhum. Uhum. You see, now we have quasi homepage on. So just for you to understand a little bit, we have here treatment bank, and you don't have to know all that links you have here. You see, data analysis. Then you have the API, and you have analysis and statistics. You see, treatment statistics, article statistics, all that from the site. You go and you have everything. BLR, we have access through the site also. And we have a link for CERN that we have been talking so many times about. We have a link to Ocellus, the repository for images. We have a link for Zenodeu. This is another API that we have not mentioned here. Zenodo, GBIF, we have all the links here. Yeah, here, Zenodo, Ocellus, Zenodeu, Sinospecies, all the repositories. We have the link here on Plazi homepage. You can go there, and it's easily found. Other thing that I want to show to you is how to participate. So we have been using for these days the learning path with all the learning material there. We have the path with a little description of the class, and then we have the link to go that goes to the Zenodo, and you can see or download the slides. But here we have another thing. We have our learning material in classes in Google Classroom. You see, we have the classes here, and you can enter Google Classroom, and you can enroll the course. This is of course, this is our computer, so I have access to different courses I had. But we have the module individual instruction. You enroll the course, so we have here the description. We will have the classroom with all the lessons, with the PDFs in Portuguese and in English, in 2 languages. And we have, for each class, we have also support material, and we have a lot of links. And for some, we have some exercises. You see exercises here. So you can try to use or do the things I propose in the exercise. And when you upload your answer, Julia, I will receive the email saying that I have a new response for that exercise, and I can go there and correct and then get in touch with you. So it's another way to be in touch with us. Where is the homepage again? Plazi.org. Let's go again. Perfect. Entering. So another thing that's very useful is that here in we have, you see in the about, we have all the story about we have Plazi mission, and we have all the story about the monk, Plazi monk that Donut told us yesterday. So we have here, yeah, and we also have Plazi community. Here we have the GitHub, and is where you can community. We can come here, and then you post all the things you have, the issues you have. You see here. Oh, I found an error. If you are in treatment bank and you see that something is wrong in a treatment, you can go report a problem. But if you have like data sets, many, you have altogether all the problems you found from your region. So you can create an issue and then send to us. And then, look, this is waiting for my answer. Bad author, you see? Fix request. Then I received the message. And for Marcus is a GB collaborator. Then she said, bad author. Then it's assigned to me. I had to go there and fix. And then I send a message to Marcus. Hey, Marcus, it's all right right now. So this is very good. And the last thing, where is it again? Too many things open. Here. So we are talking about the learning activities, what we are doing here. So why we are here, why I have been traveling, as I told here for you in the panel, in the round table, we want to spread the word. We want to speak for all the communities to have this first agreement and increase the number of people using the sites, reusing data and liberating data. So we have this material there for you. Is open, and we have chats every day during high tea and during lunch. If you want to have the certification for liberate data, to reuse data, but to liberate data or to curate data, you have to enter both the learning path or here, and then you enroll the courses, you read and you do all the exercises, and after that, you go to us, and then you receive a certification. So the modules are good because, Julia, I would never do an individual extraction. I just want to understand how to reuse data. Okay, you can enter there and just have the classes about queries and reuse, and all the possibilities are there. Yeah. Here's the community, and here's how to report the problem. So after that, we can get in touch like this. Yeah, these are some of the online courses we have been teaching. This is my house. Yeah, and we have been teaching a lot like this, online courses, online groups, or individual sections if you have a project and then you have the certification, but you need some help with us. So get in touch. Let's be here. This just the beginning, just to get to know, get in touch with us. So the online courses, and I have many presential courses right now. Well, one picture was banned. I don't know, maybe it was too ugly.
Maybe because it was not embedded into the presentation,
Yeah.
so it didn't look properly.
So these are courses around the world, and after that, some not, you have a lot of people, and just some really want to keep up with the training. So we will receive a login and password again saying to you if you get in touch with us. And the certificate works like that. We have all these options, and then you will do an individual extraction or a data curation, and then you upload the result, the end of your production to the server. It will not go anywhere until our approval, the Plazi team approval. When we take a look to your extraction, we take a look at all the things, and we send you a feedback by email. Yeah, this is very okay in all this, but you have not fixed the treatment boundaries. It's wrong here, it's wrong there. So you do it one time, you receive the feedback 2 times, 3 times. Once I see that you are marking bibliography very okay, very well, I will give you the certificate for markup bibliography. This item will not need my approval anymore. So the same for all the things. When you are good in all the parts, you are completely certified, and then you can use the server and upload your data process without our approval. So this is how it works. It's good for you because you are not alone. You are not like us in a lab without anybody advising. It's good for the repositories because we have created that data there, but it's a lot of work for us. So we will do that, and we will give this approval with all care and heart. But we want you to be with us and like do it like seriously. Yeah, deal? Yeah, this is all also other actions or trainings that we have been doing as the learning team in labs in person in Porto Alegre, and with the students that we had recently. And this is the next step, because our idea is to train you professors, you PhD students, for then you are certified and you can train others and others and others. Because we are just few, we need more arms, more people, more people spreading the word again. So we are counting on you, okay? Felipe will show you now the very beautiful data Plazi dashboard.
So yeah, will be the final thing today. Is just to quickly showcase what can be done. Everything that we are going to see now comes from the same searches that you guys are doing. So we just did it beforehand, of course, and then we used Microsoft Power BI to create a dashboard. We made this at short notice for you guys to see what can be done with data from India. So here's what we had in the end. So at the moment, if we include data from India, there's 79 journals with data from India, 23,000 treatments, over 72,000 material citations, over 5,000 new species. And I can use these dashboards to explore this data, find potential errors, find the data that I want. So for instance, I can come here and filter just for one author. Let's think of a name here. I'll pick this one as random. There's no new species by this author, but he has 2 treatments and 5 material citations on treatment bank. I can do this one. And there's this number of new species, treatments, etc. One thing I want to highlight, you see that there are 2 all pretty much the same name here, but they are in 2 different fields. I could select both of them, just pressing Control and then selecting both. Trouble is, author names come in different, they don't have their persistent IDs always, so they come in different manners. My surname could be spelled always the same, but maybe my first name is not fully spelled. How do I distinguish F. Simões from another F. Simões elsewhere? I know at least 3 other Felipe Simões in Brazil. So how do I make, yeah, exactly. You probably here in India have very common names. Like in Brazil, one of the most common names is João Silva. So you see a lot of them with the same name. How do you distinguish that? Unfortunately, we can't do much about it unless people start adding their ORC IDs or Zoo Bank IDs, whatever. But even us, we do need IDs for ourselves. Otherwise, we can get lost in this modern day. Before we sort of knew, it was hard to find 2 similarly named researchers within the same field, but nowadays not so much, okay? But yeah, of course, clearly this one is obviously just a difference in spacing. There is a k.m without space and with space. This could be fixed. We could work with that. But sometimes the full name is spelled, and I'm not sure if the one with just the initials is exactly the same author. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I can reduce the size of my research to just a few years. And remember, I could be typing that in the search pages that you've done, but because we've imported everything to Power BI, this can be done within the software. And the database can be just updated. There's a way of refreshing the data regularly on Power BI. So we have that for our own dashboards for Plazi. But anyway, this can be done for a lot of things. If you guys want to make one for your institute, you could go ahead and do that. Or for yourselves even. I want a dashboard for myself, like just all the publications that I've made. Okay. Here you have even a tree map with the number of holotypes, paratypes, lactotypes, and other types published by Indian researchers. There's another tab, which is the geographic assessment. So, and you guys, please tell me if there's something wrong in these regions. But for instance, it says there's 4,000 material citations from Kerala. But weirdly enough, the map shows some weird spots in Africa, in Latin America. What this data exploration is showing us is that there's some potential errors there. Maybe this material, sorry, come again? No, not in this situation. No, here we're not exploring the authors. We're exploring materials from India, not the authors. But what happens is that sometimes materials are mistagged. Maybe this spot here in Africa, either the latitude and longitude are wrong, or maybe switched over. Sometimes it can happen, especially when you see them on the other side of the world. But sometimes the country is misnamed. But then it will show up in the searches.
One example that we found, Guilherme found that it was a material citation from Brazil, and the locality that was right, and I'm speaking in Portuguese, and like it was escrito. Fazenda Índia.
The name of the farm was
It was
India.
the name of the
Someone
farm.
named their own farm India, and
But then
when
GTI
part of the material it's
India
thought,
as a
oh, the
country.
material comes from India. No,
Yeah, it's
not
the
really.
country India. So in
that-
dashboard,
yeah.
just like country India, locality.
Yeah, so these mistakes can happen, but you see that they are the minority of the errors. Okay,
With quality control, we would do just unmark in the material citation the country India, and it's the dot's not there anymore.
So that's the correct region, right? I don't want to be making so Kerala is there? Yeah. Okay, good. So yeah, those are all the spots that are all the collection, the material citations that are being reported from there. Again, there can be some that are wrong for whatever reason. Pick any region. What's the name?
Assam.
Assam? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you see, there's some stragglers, some outliers, but don't bother too much about them. This can be quality controlled. But yeah. So it's saying there's 942 Garcinias from Assam. There's 74 from Argyrius from Assam as well. So you can explore the data by making the searches and importing them into Power BI to visualize it better. One thing we can do is go through collection codes and see where this material is stored. So yeah, these materials from these specific regions are stored in the collection code BAMU. Normally we would have the name of the collection here, but just for show we don't. Okay. Just want to clear this one. Yeah, this is just a repositories overview. So out of all of these treatments that we've seen on the other tabs, 70% of them are already in BLR. That means that there's still a lot of them that needs to be quality controlled and allowed to go to outside of treatment bank to other repositories. Same is true for GBIT, it's 56.48. And of course, ZooBank will have a very small number because with ZooBank, it's only for zoology, first of all. And we don't normally export it to them. They export it to us, as I explained the other day. So that's why the number is low.
So one thing that these dashboards are being very required right now. When we were talking about participation and then collaboration, when I told you that collections and institutions or research groups are talking with us, like in the US or in Europe, they want that. We have now, we have dashboards for Journal of European Taxonomy. We have for the research group from the Berlin Botanical Garden, and we are building one for the paleontology department of Kansas University, because this is a really strong tool for management. You can track the production of a researcher from your department. You can track where your department is going to the field, where they are collecting, where they are depositing the material. So it's a very, very strong tool. And but to have it like that, you must have all the material already in the repositories, all the material, the information. So we have two steps. The first step, the three steps. One is define the objectives of the dashboard. The second one is to extract and have everything in the repositories. And the third is to build the dashboard. After that, we can also check everything that must be curated, as we just saw. So we refine data, and after that, you, as I said, you have a very strong tool to management and to show the value of your institution for foundings, to produce reports. So this is something that we are exporting and selling as Plazi for the institutions and research groups.
Just a little bit more. We're almost there. Yeah.
Finish.
No, yeah. So yeah, just the last thing, and the final tool that we've been able to. So through GBIF, so it's powered by GBIF and Plazi. This is what is dubbed the hosted portal. So this is one of the things that are currently being one of the most requested tools that people want to use. These hosted portals are like this massively powerful dashboards powered by GBIF. Not only dashboard, but they summarize the data that Plazi has extracted from specific institutions or journals. In this case, one journal, and you can explore the data through the hosted portal. So let's hope it opens, depending on the internet.
Inside GBIF portal, you enter GBIF and you have like a home page for your journal for your institute inside GBIF. So you have great visibility.
Yeah, you can explore this if you Google European Journal of Taxonomy hosted portal. You can find it, and there's a lot of things that can be. Sorry. My nose is getting all. You can explore the data available on GBIF through here. That's again all powered by the extractions we do for Plazi. And you can see the maps on GBIF. I think GBIF people are more used to by this point. You can check all the occurrences and data from the materials using GBIF tools. You can download that. So it's not too different from the dashboards, but those are the hosted portals are more of a single unit thing with following a set of guidelines by GBIF. Okay. Any questions before we wrap up? Yeah. Yeah. Which means happy port. Yeah. Yeah. Which, yeah. A couple of years ago, it wasn't that.
Questions? Something that we can help you for tomorrow? Or
Nope.
no?
So for tomorrow, I understand that as Dr. Gitanjali explained, there will be groups, activities. So for the ones that are going to do activities using either treatment bank, either the treatment bank stats or Golden Gate, please, first thing to do, come to us and ask us, where should you go? How should you do it? Otherwise, you might end up losing a lot of time. So first thing in the morning, we'll be here a bit earlier as well so that we can work around. Okay?
I'm here with doubts, with ideas and doubts. Then we can help
Think
you
it
out.
over tonight and then, yeah.
Yeah. And if we need to go and open and show it again for everybody, it's okay. But just tomorrow, it's about you. You ask and we show. And it will be like that.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hope to see you all tomorrow for our last day. Can't believe it's already ending. And
Yeah, that's
so,
very fast.
thank you again. See you tomorrow.
More 2 high teas. And
Yeah, 2 more high teas.
Okay, thank you, Team Plazi, for a wonderful session. So with that, we come to the end of day